say, kids, what time is it? Yes, sir. And boys and girls here in Doodyville, kids in Boston, and all over the United States, let's go! Singing, kids. Well, you know, gang, Mr. Bluster's big announcement must be getting closer and closer. Because look who's just arriving in the clubhouse. It's none other than Mr. Bluster's big assistant, Dilly Dally.
Well, hiya, Howdy. Hiya, pal. Hiya, Buffalo Bob.
Well, hiya, Dilly.
Oh, hiya, Princess.
Well, hi, Dilly.
Hiya, Clarabelle. Great things are happening today.
Oh, big things are happening today.
We're all glad to see you, Dilly, even though you've been helping Mr. Bluster in the big television back.
Sure we are. All right, you are, Dilly. Oh, say,
Yeah.
I want you to tell me something, Dilly.
Okay.
Dilly, do you by any chance know what the big announcement is all about that Bluster's going to make?
Oh.
Huh? Do you, Dilly? Huh? Do you? Come on, tell us.
Yeah, I do.
You do? Yeah, well, tell us, Dilly. Oh, have to be quiet, huh?
Yeah, quiet.
Oh, you do, huh?
Oh, well, Dilly, I'm almost afraid to ask, but is it really good or is it a trick? Come on, tell us, will you please, Dilly?
Tell us, Dilly, tell us.
That'd be telling.
You mean you're not going to tell us, Dilly Dally?
No.
And if I tickle you, you'll...
Oh, if you do, I will.
How about it? What do you say, Dilly?
Oh,
What do you
gosh, Princess, don't do that. Boy, oh, boy, you know what happens to Dilly if anyone tickles him.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, if he gets a giggle for it.
Giggle for it.
Boy, you'll be no good for days.
Yeah, I guess Howdy's right, Princess. After all, we don't want any giggle fritzes today.
Not today.
Because you know what might happen. Mr. Bluster might get sore. Right? And kids, you know as well as I do that if Phineas T. Bluster would ever get mad, he might hold back and not make that big announcement. We don't want that to happen, do we, kids? No, because after all, we'll say the announcement must be an important announcement, and we like to hear important announcements, don't we, kids? Sure we do.
You kids are right. I was only teasing Dilly. I'm sorry.
Well, it was a good try, Princess. That's perfectly all right. But it
Yeah.
just didn't work this time.
You know, if only this isn't another Bluster trick.
Well, it better not be. Kids, I hope that Mr. Bluster is going to make some kind of a good announcement. Excuse me. I just had so much of Phineas T. Bluster in it. Pardon me, kids, my ear. I just had so... Now, Clarabelle, what's the matter with you?
Billy.
Now, we're worried about something.
That's right.
Now, Mr. Bluster is going to make an announcement, and you tickle me with a feather. Does that make any sense?
No, it doesn't.
You silly clown. Here, take this. Princess, hold this for Clarabelle, will you please?
Clarabelle, aren't you worried about Mr. Bluster's announcement?
No, he's just a silly clown. Forget about it,
clowns
Princess.
don't worry about anything.
That's right. All he ever worries about me is what trick he's going to pull on me next. Now, forget about it.
Oh, look, Buffalo
You know-
Bob, look.
What?
Clarabelle is sorry. Can he have his feather back?
Oh, you should give him his feather back so he can take it and tickle me all over again, huh?
Oh, he won't, Buffalo Bob. Clarabelle won't tickle Buffalo Bob with a feather, will you, Clarabelle? No, he says he promised.
Oh, well, now, is this a Clarabelle promise or a real promise?
Real promise?
What is it? All right, a real one. All right, then give him the feather back, you silly clown.
Here.
Now, kids, as I was saying.
Sit down.
Now, don't tickle me with that feather.
That's right.
Now, kids, as I was saying, we're going to have to watch Mr. Bluster carefully. He said on Friday that he had a very important announcement to make.
That's right.
We were all going to be anxious to see and hear. What's the matter with you? Didn't you promise me that you wouldn't tickle me with that feather? Oh, you clown.
Oh, wait a minute, Buffalo Bob. Clarabelle tricked you. You see, he didn't tickle you with a feather. He tickled you with a feather duster, so he really didn't break his promise.
Oh, all right. So I said feathered. No. Put it away. Go away. Ooh, that's
Silly.
Now, kids, I have got to find out exactly.
Hey, you silly clown. Why don't you stop your foolishness? You can't tickle me. Why, I'm such a woolly bow wow, I'm tickle-proof. Now put down that feather duster, Clarabelle, and let me go to sleep.
Ooh, Wendy's got more brains than you have.
That's right, Buffalo Bob.
Oh, I don't know. What are we going to do with that clown, kids? That clown. What was that, Princess?
I don't know.
Oh, boy, hang on, everybody, because the big moment is here.
Yeah, howdy.
Mr. Buster just rode up in a taxicab.
A taxicab? Say, kids, if Mr. Buster rode up in a taxicab, this must be a sensational announcement. You know, Mr. Buster rides in cabs only when there are real super-duper occasions. Wait, listen, everybody, listen.
How much do I owe you, driver? 12 pennies. 12 pennies? The fare is 12 pennies? Oh, outrageous. Absolutely preposterous. What? Quiet. Don't you argue with me, young man. I'm old enough to be your grandfather.
Where'd he go? Where's Mr. Buster?
12 pennies, you say? You have change for nickel, young man? Oh, you do? Ooh, good.
Oh, boy, gang, here he comes.
Well, where is he?
Over here, Poopsie.
What?
I mean, over here, Poopsies. You, over here. Hello, kitties.
Well, where?
Buffalo Bob, look! In the peanut gallery window is peeking in.
Look. Hey, there he
That's
is.
right. This announcement is so important, I couldn't wait to come inside the clubhouse.
Yeah, I know. All right, let's hear the announcement, Mr. Buster. We're all very anxious to have you here. Say it.
All right, friends.
Go say.
Here it is. Thank you. Friends of the Dutyville Clubhouse, kids in the Peanut Gallery, and kids all over America in the ships at sea. As you all know, I have been conducting a rather successful, if I do say so myself, a television battle with Howdy Doody and all his friends. I have had some trying days, as I'm sure you have had also. But now I'm tired. And I realize that life is too short to go through holding a grudge. Well, what I'm trying to say is that the friendly old Phineas wants to be friends with everyone. In closing, let me say, I'm Howdy Doody. Are you? Yes, I am. I'm Howdy Doody. So let's all lend them a hand.
Sure.
I'm Howdy Doody. Are you?
Yes, I am.
I'm Howdy Doody, the finest boy in the land. You can look all night, look all day, all across the USA. Ask each boy and girl you see, you will find they all agree
Yes,
that
sir.
I'm Howdy Doody. Are you? Yes, sir. I'm for Howdy Doody.
Good, Mr. Buster. Very good. Hey.
Oh, gosh, thanks, Mr. Buster.
No mention.
Oh, boy, we're all so glad that you're our pal again. Right, Buffalo Bob?
You're right, Howdy. Well, kids, the sensational announcement is over. And evidently Mr. Buster wants to be friends with everyone, so I say, 3 cheers for Mr. Bluster!
Happy days are here again.
Mr. Bluster has come home again. We can all stand up and cheer again.
Happy days are here again.
Yes,
Happy days are here again.
Mr. Bluster has come home again. We can all stand
Oh, I don't know if you like it.
Happy days are here again.
Ah, yes, sir. Well, I'm glad you're such a good friend, Mr. Buster, aren't you, kids? So am I. So how about an old-time movie, gang? What do you say? Okay, and it's old-time movie time on the Howdy Doody Show. Well, kids, we got a good one for you today. Yes, sir, a movie with our old pal, Charlie Chase. Now, Charlie Chase, he's having his hat cleaned. And Charlie gives the man a quarter. The man cleans it with some gasoline. Charlie lights a cigarette, throws the match up in the air. It lands on the hat, and uh-oh. Charlie's hat's on fire. He said, ooh, never was so warm in my life. So he says, the fella, say, pardon me. He says, oh, my hat. Uh-oh. So Charlie feels naturally very bad. His best hat is gone. So Charlie goes over to the man there that sold the hat. That's Clary Vise. You remember Clary, don't you, from our old-time movies? Sure you do. So Charlie goes over to Clary. Clary knows all about hats. He says, well, take this one. Uh-oh. Charlie says, no, very good, very bad. So Clary says, wait a minute, try this derby. And Charlie says, what? No, he says, that's too small. He says, come on, Clary, give me a good hat, will you please? So Charlie puts it on. He says, that's fine. There you are. Thank you, Clary. Clary says, ooh, look at the bad hat that I get back for it. So Charlie goes back to his shoe shine. Clary Vise is out a nice hat. Now, here are 2 sisters, Faith and Hope. One is named Hope, the other's named Faith. Now, the younger one is Faith. That's Faith in the car. The older one is Hope. Now, Faith is in the car, and it's one of those convertibles. Starting to rain, and Faith is out there with the umbrella, and Charlie says, say, I must help that girl. She's such a very, very lovely girl. Charlie says, wait, I'll be very, very happy to have you just wait till I finish my shoe shine, and then I'll help you with the top on the car. So Faith says, well, Charlie, you're a very, very nice fella here for helping me. So, oops, it's one of those one-man tops. Now, here is Faith's older sister, Hope. And Hope is a very lovely girl. She's played by Shirley Miller. Do you remember? Remember her? Sure you do. Kids, this is Faith. Now, Faith is played by Sherry Miller. You remember Sherry? You remember the Miller girls? Shirley and Sherry? So Charlie says, well, here, maybe you'd like one of my business cards. He says, incidentally, I'd like your card, if you may. I'd like to call you sometime. So she didn't have one of her own cards. Instead, she gave Charlie a card from her sister. The card said Hope, because that's the older sister's name. So Charlie says, oh, that Faith is a lovely girl. Charlie's there up to his knees in water, didn't realize it. So Charlie has to go to work the next day. All poor Charlie can think about is that lovely, lovely girl. Miller sisters, such lovely girls. See, Charlie's in the business of selling houses, and he can just imagine he and lovely Sherry Miller, played, of course, by Sherry. Her name is Faith in this movie. In that house. In the meantime, the boss is going with the older sister, Hope. So the boss has been buzzing Charlie here for quite a while. Charlie just doesn't answer the ring. Uh-oh. He says, what are you doing? Throw that pipe out. Oops. Charlie throws the pipe right out through the window. He says, come in here, I have to talk to you. He says, what do you have in your... Oh, oh, dear, that Charlie. So Charlie says, boss, he says, I have to have a raise. And the boss says, what do you mean you need a raise? You're fired. Go home. So now Charlie lost his job, hopes that his girlfriend will still be nice to him. So the boss says, wait a minute, Charlie, come back here. He says, why do you want a raise? Charlie says, well, I want a raise because I want to buy a new suit. I want to get married. So because the boss also has a lovely girlfriend, he says, well, all right, I'll give you the raise. Charlie sits down on all the buzzers, and all the different secretaries come in the office. Well, Charlie gets his raise. Charlie buys a new suit, and Charlie is going to marry the younger sister, Faith. But now, don't forget, when Faith gave Charlie her card, she didn't have one of her own cards. She had a card from her older sister. So now the boss says, whom are you marrying? And uh-oh, Charlie gives the card, and it says, Hope. So the boss says, wait a minute. That's my girlfriend. I want to marry her. So here is Faith. And Charlie's about to meet Faith. So Charlie slams the door there to pretend that he's coming out of a limousine. And Charlie and Faith are on their way to the church to be married. And they look so cute together that everyone in the street gathers around and watches them. So look what happens, kids. The boss comes along, and he sees Charlie, and he thinks that that is his girlfriend. Uh-oh. The boss is about to pull a gun on Charlie when he sees, well, he says, you're not with Hope, you're with Hope's younger sister, Faith. Charlie says, why, certainly. In the meantime, here comes Hope, and Hope sees the boss making up to Faith. So Hope gets mad and hits the boss over the head and chases him down the street. Charlie says, no, wait a minute. He says, no, wait a minute. He said, look, he says, Faith is my girlfriend. Hope is the boss's girlfriend. So the boss says, look, I want no parts of this. He didn't. But Charlie and Faith were married and lived happily ever after.
Bob!
Miss Princess, what's wrong?
My magic necklace, it's gone!
Your what?
My Tinka-Tonka magic necklace, it's gone! It disappeared completely. I've looked everywhere and I can't find it.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes, I'm positive. I had it on this morning, and I had it on when Mr. Bluster...
Yeah. Wait a minute. Are you thinking what I'm thinking you're thinking?
I'm thinking that you're thinking what you think I'm thinking.
Oh, no. He wouldn't. Well, he's our friend. He said so himself. You heard him, didn't you, kids? Unless...
It's all part
of a huge plot.
to pretend to be on our side.
And then pull some big trick on us. Oh, no. No, he wouldn't do anything like that.
You're right, Buffalo Bob. I guess he wouldn't.
No. But, you know, kids, we have had a lot of trouble with him.
He has pulled an awful lot of tricks on us.
Kids, this might be the beginning of another trick.
Yet he may not have had anything to do with it, Buffalo Bob.
Well, we'll just have to keep our eye on him, kids. We'll have to watch him to see if he's planning some kind of a trick.
Buffalo Bob,
Yes, Princess?
you don't think that...
Clarabelle? Oh, I don't. Now, what's wrong with you? You silly clown.
Clarabelle, have you been playing tricks on me?
Clarabelle, you didn't by any remote chance take the princess's magic power necklace, did you?
It's mysteriously disappeared, Clarabelle.
Yes, it has, Clarabelle, and we're going to have to start, I think, right away.
What's the matter, Buffalo Bob?
Princess, I'm afraid to look. But I think my Buffalo Bob belt is...
Missing? Oh, well, Gooper, your buffalo belt is missing.
Kids, first the necklace, second the Buffalo Bob belt. What'll be third? Clarabelle, do you know?
Do you know?
Clarabelle?
Clarabelle?
Do you know?
Do you know?
Kids, something mighty strange is going on around here. The princess's necklace is missing, and my buffalo belt is missing, and I...
Buffalo Bob, I don't like to suspect anyone without just cause, but do you think that maybe Clarabelle and Bluster...
You mean, are they in this whole thing together?
And that Mr. Bluster's speech was only a trick?
You mean he's only pretending to be our friend when he's really going to trick us in some way? And have Clarabelle help him? Oh, no, I don't think so, Princess. I can't believe it.
I don't either, Buffalo Bob, so that makes it even more mysterious.
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
Kids, this is strange. From out of the blue, the princess's necklace is missing. Then my Buffalo Bob belt is missing. You know, boys and girls, I don't know what to think. Princess.
Oh, well, Gooba, Buffalo Bob, I certainly hope I find my necklace before the big Tinka-Tonka chiefs hear about it being missing.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Do you realize what could happen if all the heads in your Tinka-Tonka tribe found out that your necklace was missing?
I realize, Buffalo Bob.
Well, kids, this is the only magic power necklace in the whole world.
The only one.
Princess, wait a minute. What is that? Kids. Look here. The necklace.
There it is. Cowabunga, my magic Tinka-Tonka necklace, Buffalo Bob.
Yeah, and look. There's a rope attached to the necklace.
Yeah.
A rope.
Buffalo Bob, a rope that disappears inside this panel door.
Open it up. What's this? Kids, at the end of the rope is this painting.
Hey, Kawagupa. A painting of a magician's rabbit with my magic power necklace around its neck.
Yeah.
And Buffalo Bob, what's that on the bottom? It
What?
looks like a tower.
Well, Princess, it is a tower. Kids, that's a picture of the Eiffel Tower, the same Eiffel Tower that's in Paris, France.
Buffalo Bob, what does all this mean?
I don't know. Kids, what do Mr. Bluster and Clarabelle know about this?
Well, kids, boy, oh boy, we sure had a lot happen here today. First, we heard Mr. Bluster make the sensational announcement that he wants to be our friend. But then, the princess's magic necklace disappeared. And after that, Buffalo Bob's buffalo belt. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, you're right, Howdy. And kids, after we found the necklace with this mysterious picture attached to it, the mysterious picture of the Eiffel Tower painted on the bottom. But kids, my buffalo belt is still missing. Wonder who took it. Where is it? Will I find it? And if I do find it, will I get a mysterious painting also? Hey. Is Mr. Bluster the man behind this?